I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I got three packages open. When it comes to people, I just don't know what to tell you about other people. I don't. I really don't know what to tell you about people. But uh, I don't know what's going to cure the idiocy epidemic in this country except reforming education and getting communism out of this country. But hey, um, let's open some packages, shall we? I got one from Adam Johnson. I got one from Angry Warrior Tackle Box. I got one from Durbin's. And so let's open them things up, should we? Let's get this done. I got to go outside. What do I got to do today? Let's go back up to Mr. Dan Freeman's Welding. Dan Freeman is 6 years older than I am. He's from old school, kind of like me. He heats his shed at his house with an outside wood burner like I got. He splits all his wood by hand. By hand. And I'm 70, he's 76. I at least use a wood splitter on mine. But he is excellent welder and fabricator. He's been hired by several of the companies in this area to fabricate machines and hoists and trolley systems and systems for machines for their factories. And we got a couple of big factories there. Uh, I went up. I had him manufacture me a add-on snow bucket for my bucket that's on my hydraulic loader on my tractor. It's a foot and a half wider over here, foot and a half wider over here. It bolts on. It goes across the top. It extends out the front, foot and a half, so I can get snow in it, so I can push snow instead of dirt. What'd that cost me? $400. Big deal. I had a piece of really strong, hard steel, and it's used in a shear press in the paper factory up here. And it's a shear press for big paper bundles for like tax forms and stuff. And one of the guys that works there gave me one of the knives. It's about yay thick, about yay thick, like that. Tapers down to a single-sided blade on one side, and very, very hard steel. When they get dull, they just change them out. And when I mean dull, it's cutting your finger dull by sliding your finger on it. It's that sharp, but it's dull to them. So he gave me a piece that was about 3 foot long, and I've been trying to make stuff out of it. But that metal is so hard that it has to be either annealed, which is softening up the metal, and I have to reharden it, or leave it like it is and use it that way. And so I'm making. Has anyone ever seen a backbone splitting axe? Old locker movies, or maybe somebody old processing meat, where they didn't have a saw to cut down the back. Now they got hydraulic saws, and before that they had electric saws. Before that they had chainsaws to split down the backbones of beef and hogs and stuff, or a handsaw, They had an axe, and they would keep cutting until they got it split. Well, I'm making one out of that hard steel. So, hey, Frostbite, what's up, buddy? You're the first one in today. That's that's new. That's new. I never seen you in before. Not first. But I'm making one of those axes. So I took I took one piece, I cut it in half, butted it up, butt to butt, and then had to be V'd on both sides. And it's got to have 70, 18 rod, 70 something rod. And you're going to have to make 2-3 passes just to get penetration. But Dan's the only guy I know that can do that and know exactly what he's doing. He learned welding from, God dang, who did he learn welding from? I could tell you here if I remember it. Somebody knows it. Can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he was taught how to weld there. And then he went to school for it. Then he went to other schools for it, you know, as the technology and metals got more and more. He went to different schools, and a lot of the people that he worked for, and he's self-employed, so he go to work for people as a business, creating stuff for them or welding for them. And they would send him to schools, and he'd take it. He'd go. All right, I got to take a couple of things up there. I have an electric motor I need welded and a shaft welded on it, an extension shaft, but that's got to be pretty precise, because that's when that's spinning, it can't have any wobble. It can't have any a little gram of weight difference or half gram of weight difference on one side to the other. It's got to be perfectly straight. Otherwise, it tips like this, then it's going to wobble like that. It's just going to tear everything apart. And it came off a pressure washer, but the thing is, the pressure washer was junk, but the motor was still good. But it needs a little bit longer shaft to be practical for, like say I wanted to put that motor on a table to run a wood lathe or something, you know, just to put a pulley on there, to put a belt on to run a wood lathe, or something like that. So I took that up to another guy that was supposed to weld it for me, and they were doing a business, but they weld big tractors and equipment, farming equipment, spring and fall. And now it's getting into the spring. It's been 2 years since my stuff has been up there, and he hadn't got it done. So I went up and got it, and we take it over to Dan and have him do it. I had a knife blade, a really nice little sword, but that nice curve to it. I dropped it on the floor. It was so hard that when I dropped it on the floor, it broke in half. That's when you can tell that your steel is hard, when you drop it and it breaks. Or you could put the tip in a vise and move it to the side. And if it breaks cleanly, it's hard. If it bends and bends around, it's too soft. Not a good knife feel. And I dropped it. When I dropped it, it broke, which means it was just a little bit too hard. So I have to take a torch to it and heat it up. Yeah, it's a little, not yellow hot, not red hot, but maybe blue, not purple, but blue, maybe not even get any color in it, just get it hot and then let it cool. And it might be soft enough then. It'll still be hard enough for a knife, but not too soft. Hey, Sheet, what's up, buddy? Yeah, watching this, we'll listen to another meeting. Well, if you're watching it, then we need to, you're not listening, actually, you're watching. So let's open up some packages. I'll turn this camera down here onto the desktop, just like that. Move that back a little bit. Let's open up this one. This one's from Adam Johnson. Adam Nurse, numismatic. You may know him as. And if you know anything about him, he has a 3D printer. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably do. But Adam has a little store online. And he makes stuff. Adam made me a Oh, made me another chip tower. Yeah, that was a big box for a chip tower, Adam. You didn't have to do that. Made me a chip tower. I got a new chip tower. See? Look at that. Okay, hold up a second. We're going to get something for you guys. These are my towers so far. And as you can tell, they are full of chips. There's a Frostbite. There's a Gold Snipe Farm. There's Tuli Tuli on top of that one. There's BACA, or Bikers Against Child Abuse, my daughter's organization, on top of this one. There's Tuli Tuli over there. Mellow Yellow. Stack In. God, there's all kinds of them on there. And who do I got on top of this one? Oh, that's Jenny. Oregon. A couple of WWP poker chips. I think I got 3 of them on there. But I got 2 more chips here I got to put on top. This one's going on top of this red one. Here we go. $1 Million Meg's going on that one. And then we got this one, 949 Designs. I got a 949 poker chip. Hey, Terry Gonsu. Mess around and find out. Just walking silver will kill your pocket? Well, don't worry about it because it's going back up. Well, hey, Terry Gonsu. There you go. Tony Breen uncirculated peace dollars. Yep. And I told my brother when I sold him my peace dollars and my Morgans, and they were just, call stuff. I sold him my Morgans for 40, and I sold him my peace dollars for 37 a piece. He bought them all. I think there was like 30, 20 and 30, 25 and 30, whatever. And I should have kept them, but I wanted to get him interested in silver. And so he's bought, what did he buy? Another couple 10 ounce bars, or a 10 ounce bar and some other rounds from me. He told me, here's the money. You go get it. And so I did. Got it the best deal I could. All right. So now we have to move one because I don't want a red poker chip on a red tower. So we're going to move this green poker chip over here. See, that looks good on a red tower. So we'll put that one there, and then we'll put 949s on the purple. That look better? Yeah, that looks all right. Or should I put it over here on the green? We'll take this yellow, put the red on the green and the yellow on the purple. That looks pretty good too. All right, we'll do that. And then I got a couple of chips coming from Mad Stat, or not Mad. Yeah. Or no, Humble. I got one coming from Humble for sure. Whatever. Yeah, executing my strategy. What did I buy yesterday? I bought, and I continue to buy weekly from Durbin. I continue to buy weekly from BlackBlackers. I continue to buy monthly from Money Metals Exchange. So I'm getting mostly silver, my Canadian stuff from BlackBlackers. That's what I collect. And then I get a lot of Proof American stuff, American Mint stuff from Joe Durbin, or I will get some Canadian from him, or some stuff I want to put away. And then from MMX, I get gold every month. So I'm on a payment program there. I give them $300 a month. They keep it till I get an ounce of, or a gram of gold. And then they just roll over the whatever balance I have left to the next month, purchase the next gram, roll it over to the next month, get the next gram. Every 3 months, they send me gold. And that's the way I purchase gold. they don't have an option for platinum, although some platinum is available and for IRAs, but anyway, I don't have any. My IRA is a physical precious metals IRA, and it has gold and silver in it. But I sold the platinum and bought silver, and now I should have. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell a little more gold and buy some platinum and diversify that IRA. I don't know. Hi, Rhonda. What are they going to wait for? Well, I got my new chip tower, and so that'll go back up on top of my gun case up there. See those lamps up there? That's where those chip towers will go. They'll go back up there. So let me do that. We'll put these right down here for right now. Let me put those chip towers back up there. See, Adam J's chip is on there. You saw that purple one? It's up there. So we'll put Jenny right there. There, I'll put my 3 WWP chips right there. We'll put them over there for you so you can see them. Just hold up. I'll get it up there. I'll get it up there. Just wait. You can't carry 3 of them at once. There. Now, I'll turn you up there. Hold up a second. And I got to get my remote here. All right. Now you see them up there? And you see the purple one, the purple chip tower, right? Those 3 chips that are looking at you, climbing up the tower, those are all the WWP poker chips. The WWP metals. I got WWP poker chips on there too. But those are the 3 metals. Anyway, that's where those go. And if I ever get back to racing or whatever, I got silver on the table, but that's what my table looks like. Yeah. So there's a problem there. All right. That back. There we go. I got to make myself look pretty again. That hair getting long enough to where I can cut that and donate it to Weights for Kids. Got to be 12 inches long. I think it's long enough. I think it's about time to get this shit off. And then I'm going to trim up the beard. All of this stuff right here, that's coming off, and it's going to get trimmed around here under the neck and up the other side. So all of this stuff is going to come off right here. And then we'll just go back around here like I have a Van Dyke. I just won't cut the length on the beard. That's all. I just cut all the extraneous bullshit off once I get this hair off, because the hair is going to be real short again, like a Ranger haircut. You guys know what a Ranger haircut is? That's when you go like this and you can't hardly just pick the hair. That's what I'm going to do. All right, let's open Angry Warrior Tackle Box, because I know what's in there too. I won one of his races finally once on, I think it was Cash Money and Steve Looking for Silver and Angry and Stack Ann were streaming one night, and I actually happened to have an extra credit on Angry's side of the stream, and I actually won something. And I was going to donate it to Ida, but she was not taking any, they weren't taking any more donations at that point. Well, send it to me, and then if we can, we'll send it to WWP. All right, there we go. I cut that open. There you go. And that's what I got right there. There's only one little item in there. It's not a big deal, but it's not like it's a big deal or anything, but it's in a lollipop. It's still in original Canadian mint packaging. It is a maple leaf, of course. Real nice looking maple leaf. It's a real nice looking maple leaf, but it's what is it? 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003. So it just goes in my Canadian collection. That's all. Nothing. It's nothing huge. Nothing. Nothing special. It's just what it is. And then let me see. Back this up. Back up. Get back, bitch. All right. Let's go like this. There. We'll put it like that. That way you can see something. All right. Here we go. What do we got? Diane always packages these things up so good. All right, let's just cut a corner of it off. Go in and do our little job here. And of course, everything is packaged individually inside also. Okay, throw that. Anything left in there? Nothing left in there. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of these is for Furvid. See, it says Furvid on it. So after this next round, this auction that we had yesterday, Furvid bought quite a little. So this goes into Furvid's little bag here. Furvid's purse. Let's see if we got any more here. Any more for Furvid? No. Okay. Yeah, after this auction comes this next week, I am going to have to. What do we got down here? Well, you don't know what that is. I am going to have to ship Furvid his package. And you know where Furvid lives. Furvid Finds lives in Canada, so I'm his proxy. Had to have a DRG unit out. Huh. I can see a tumor in the middle of my palm. Oh, Rhonda, what the hell? What kind of tumor you got in your hand? Is that a cancer of the sun, or is that a bone? Because there's not much in your hand except tendons, a little muscle, and bone. If I'm feeling everything right, tendons, bone, muscle. Hope you don't have a bone cancer. That's what my mother-in-law had. And I say had because she's no longer with us. But, yeah, fucking cancers suck. I haven't had anybody in my immediate family that has had a cancer. I and my sister, we have a low thyroid output. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers and sisters out of the 11 that wear glasses. There were more that did, but they don't wear them anymore. I don't know if they have contacts or if they got their eyes straightened around. I wear glasses now. Didn't then, but then I have 1 that had diabetes, 2 that had diabetes. 1 has an extreme weight problem. I think she's down to 270 now. I think that's about all the health problems. My mom had a little dementia when she passed. But the cancers were all in my immediate past, my grandparents or parents, grandparents. So I've been great grandparents, parents, my grandparents, On my dad's side, he was just, they were big people, grandma and grandpa, and they had health related problems owing to their weight. On my mom's side, they were the thin lot and had heart problems on that side. Everybody's gone now except for one sister on my mom's side, so that would have been my aunt. Florence is still there. And my aunt on my dad's side, Aunt Marilyn, she's still alive. Other than that, my dad, my mom, my dad's parents, my mom's parents. I got one aunt left on either side. I got a stepdad that's still alive. All my brothers and sisters are still alive. My older brother, Steve, he's getting treated for some kind of a deal with his prostate or something going on with him. But mitosis. Tumors on the nerve system. Really? That is an odd one. Hey, freaking awesome's here. Hey, Lisa. That's an odd one, Ron. It really is. I hadn't heard of that one. I'm glad that the surgeries aren't well, but yeah, that's kind of different. Oh, and Tarragonta's here. He's 949's here. Hey, hold up. I gotta get out of the way. See the chip towers up there on top of the gun cabinet? Hold up a second. I got to put this back up a little bit further. Let me see. Where did I put yours? I put your red one. It was. Hold up. Hold up a second. I put you on purple or I put you on green. One or the other. Hold up a second. There you are. I put you on. You see that? I put you on the green tower up there. That's the one I got from Durbin. That red stands out on that green pretty good, doesn't it? Where did I see? Where was Ant? I didn't see Ant. He must have said and. Okay. Just a mistype. That's all. All right, let's see what we got here. Tarragontu or Furwood is going to have his package sent out to him this next week when I get this next package from Durbin, because he's got a lot of stuff in there from this last auction, and I'm going to have to send him some stuff. Oh, hey, let's, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it like that. Nope, can't do that because, why? Because it's too wide, now. Let's see what we got here. How many auctions is this? One auction, two auctions, three auctions. This is three auctions, so we should have some stuff. Let's see what stuff we got here. Oh, we got a Canadian bid set. I got a bell. I got a Canadian silver dime. I got a Smithsonian commemorative silver dollar, Civil War commemorative dollar, cent roll, Mark Twain commemorative silver dollar, and a gram of gold. So what we got here? I know what that is. No, maybe I don't know what that is. Let's open this up. I think that's pennies. right here. I think this is pennies. Gonna save these bags. Save these bags because you know how often I reuse these bags. It's amazing how often I reuse these bags. There it is. Yep, that's a roll of pennies. So those bags on there. What is this roll anyway? And why did I get them? These are 69Ds. That's why I got them. And this is in a Louisville branch of Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. 69Ds. Let's see. What does it say there? Just who it was manufactured by, but that's what I wanted right there. That's what I wanted right there. So we'll put them there. Or we'll put them like this. And I try and save pennies, old pennies anyway. Trying to save most of the pennies nowadays. I get a roll of this D, that P, you know, and I like to get the older ones now before I get the newer ones. Although some of the newer ones are going to be just as collectible, I think. The older ones are copper, so not only I collect them, gathering them for collectability, but for copper value as well. So whatever, I don't know. I don't know if they're worth it or if they're not, but I'm going to keep buying them if they're cheap enough. Here we go. Okay, that one's done. We got 2 in there and 3 in there. This one is going to be a 1969, and it says PL, proof like. That's going to be a Canadian. And it does look proof like. That's a nice looking set. I didn't have this set, 69. I looked, and when I bought them, I looked. Calculated coins. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have the set, so I went ahead and got them. See, I have some of the sets in envelopes like this. I have some of the sets in capital holders. I have some of the sets in different styles of holders. What does this say on the paper here? It says, and it's really odd how some people will write on. It says that D.E. Regina and Elizabeth on the dollar is doubled. That's what somebody has written on this envelope, if you look at it. So we're going to look at that a little closer later, but let's put that right back here. And then we got this set right here. The Smithsonian Institution 150th anniversary. I don't know. I may have this set already. I don't know if I do or not, but I was trying to find it on my sheet when it came up for auction, and I didn't find it real quick, so I bid on it. And you see, it is a proof silver dollar, and I will buy proof. And I will buy the proof. I gotta get him out of there. That's what she looks like on the backside. And you got the building on the front side from 1846 to 1996. Do I trust the Smithsonian? Nope. I don't trust any government entity at all. That's me. But that's the Smithsonian. We'll leave it like that. Got my little proof sticker on there. Put that back in there. And yes, I will collect American proof commemoratives. That's my thing. American proof commemoratives. I don't buy their mint sets. I don't buy anything else that the United States has. Everything else I collect is Canadian. And I'll try and buy everything Canadian. But because I like Canadian coins a lot better. Let's put that right up there. What's the next one we got? Oh, the Mark Twain commemorative program. Now, why they have a commemorative program and not just a Mark Twain commemorative coin is beyond me. This is also a proof silver dollar. And why they have it in a single box, one coin, and they got one coin in a double box. See, United States Mint, really, and there's no little proof, little tab right here, so that's gone, unless somebody left it in the bottom. Well, let's see if I can get that out of there. Yeah, okay. See if I can get the... See, a lot of people will just pull those little proof tabs out. Yeah, see, this one got pulled out. So we'll just leave that in there. But I got the paperwork that says it is a proof silver coin, so not a big deal. Here is what this coin looks like, and I kind of liked it when I saw it. I knew I didn't have this one. Do you not like that coin? Do you not like that coin? And that's the backside of it. Floating down Mississippi on raft, telling stories. Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. If you never read the book, you should probably read it. Who wrote it? Mark Twain. Yeah, nice coin. Nice coin. Now, do you think that these coins will increase in value more so than the silver content? Don't know. But again, a lot of us collect coins and stack silver. Oh, I still stack silver, believe me. Buffaloes and bars and stuff that would hold no numismatic value but have plenty of silver value. So, and I think I told you before, I have a brother that collects nothing but United States proof mint sets. That's all he collects as collectibles. He does stack a little. Here is that gold. We have a gold little certificate here. This is Financial Fitness Bullion Reserve. Little bar. And what is it? 1 grammy. 1 gram. And it's from the deer. Okay. So we got that there. I'll set that up there too, like that. A little gold bar. Maybe we should set up that too. I don't know. We'll look at this and see if that is doubled later, but I got to plug in my scope. And I haven't learned how to do that on a stream yet. And share the screen. There you go. We got a mackerel. Another mackerel. Cheap enough, so I bought it. All right, what else we got here? Oh, this is my Civil War coin. This is not in any, but this will go in my military coin collection. Yeah, I wished it was in its case, and it came in a clamshell, I'm pretty sure of it, and had a COA with it and all that. But sometimes people take that stuff out. I don't have any Civil War stuff, so I bought this one. Yeah, no Civil War stuff, so there we go. We'll put it back there. And then what do we got left? We have this one little package right here. And I know what it is. And I think I bought it. Someone else paid for it. I said, why did you do that? Well, you wanted it. And I know I wanted it, but you didn't have to pay for it. Oh, man, yeah. This was a nice bell, actually, nice Durban bell. This was a pretty one. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to get this one. Look at the handle. Oh, shit. Look at the handle on this one. Let's see if I can get it to... Yeah, look at the handle on that one. And the only thing I wish that Joe Durbin would do different with these is put a COA with them. But look at how well those are done. I don't give a shit who you are. Yeah, that's a nice one. Oops. Gold gone down. Gold gone down. Put that right there. See if I can back the camera up just a little bit and back everything else up just a little bit. Put that over there. Put that over there. Put a bell right there. How's that? Can you see all that stuff? There, that's not bad, is it? You can see it now. All right, that's what I got for a mail call today. Away from the keyboard, okay, no biggie. It's not a big deal, freaking awesome. Not a big deal. I don't know. 949 back yet? Oh, what the 69D without the FS on reverse? Which is that one? Which one is that one, Tarragon Sue? Or freaking awesome Weldon. So without the 69 on reverse. I don't know if I have enough coins to open my own coins. Oh, I do, but it would be a short-lived store. I can tell you that. Yes, I could open the store, but it wouldn't last very long. It wouldn't last very long. Well, I just put these right back up on top of that. Put you on top of that right there like that. Yeah, it's fun at Durbin's auctions at times. Maybe I should just do let's do that. Let's take these off here for a second. A little more gold. Always got to have some more gold. A little more collectible Canadian. A little more collectible U.S. stuff. Pennies, of course. Pennies. Get these out of the way. Get these out of the way over here. We're gonna put that one right there. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. La 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 la. I'm just getting my bells. That's all I'm getting is my bells. I'm not going to get stuff boxes or anything like that. I'm just going to get bells. All right. So here's the last one we got. Let's go with some of these other ones here. There's my chicken foot. There's just a plain handle one. Another kind of a plain handle one. That one's kind of neat. That's a sword. Where do you put that? Over there, kind of like that. And then I got my little angel bells back here. Each one of these bells is very unique with its own sound. Can you even hear some of these? And just listen to the reverberations. You see what I mean by individual sounds? How individual those things sound? And then I got, okay, now this is just mine. These are mine. I gave my 3 daughters this Christmas. 2 daughters have a dog apiece, and my oldest daughter has 2 cats. So both dogs got little bike belts, with the little clippy things in, little key chain things, circles, and those were for their collars. Okay, and then last Christmas, Christmas before, each daughter got their own personal bell. So there's 7 more bells right there. My wife has a bigger bell. She has a smaller bell. What did you say? A smaller bell. No, she's either got a smaller one or an angel bell. I think she's got a bigger bell and an angel bell. So there's 2 more there. So 7, 8, 9. 9. I don't think I bought any more bells for anybody else. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 26. So that's 26 bells I've got from Durbin. And then I have got 2 copper ones too. One with a 223 as a handle, 223 shell as a handle, and then just this one plain brass rod as a handle. But listen to these. Now those are completely different sounding than the silver bells. And I don't know which ones are. Most of the handles are 925. Most of the bells are 90%. There is 1 or 2 bells that are 39 fine silver, but so what did I say? 27 bells, something like that. I don't have 30 yet. I'm going to get 30. I don't have 30 yet. Uh-oh, what's this one right here? Got to turn that one around so you can actually see the handle. That's my gold panning handle. You see that pick? See that pick and a shovel with a gold pan and some nuggets in the pan? Come on, focus. There you go. And then I have another one back here. Where is it? That's a mining bell. It's got a pick on it. It's got a pick on it. Oh, I got 3 bells out in my Canadian collection. It has Canadian handles on. So 27, 28. I have 30. I have 30 bells. Oh, that had to be a long time ago, Lisa. That had to be a long time ago. My Tata? No, I don't think so. This one is like a yeah, Chief Seattle bell. That is Chief Seattle. Come on, you stupid son of a bitch. Focus. There you go. Chief Seattle. That's that handle. And then I got this, not too long ago, I got this chicken foot. I call it a chicken foot. What is this one? This one is, I think that's the Mexican Eagle. That's my Mexico bell. I think it says Mexico right here on the handle. But we'll have to get it so that it'll focus. God damn it. If you can see that. There you see it does say Mexico on the bell. On the handle. Let me see. This is a plain handle. That is just a cool looking handle. Here, this is the sword with the flowers wrapped on it and stuff. That's a nice sounding bell. That one is a dime, I believe. Yeah, Barber dime. Yeah, that was a Barber dime. This was, I call this my Northwoods bell. The trees with a road running through it, pine trees with a road running through it. It says California, but I call it my Northwoods bell. It's supposed to be a thing going through the redwood, blah, blah, blah. There's another Indian, or maybe that's an Aztec bell. The handles are kind of what get me. That's just a regular old piece of sterling silver. Don't know where it came from. I try to guess where these handles came from. A lot of them come from spoons and forks, and a lot of them come from spoons. This one's really weird. Yeah, it's got the eagle on. Nothing on the backside, but that eagle on it. And a lot of those are spoons. I've actually sent Joe a lot of spoons. That's my panning one. What was this one? Yeah, that was the one I just got. That was a really nice handle, I thought. Come from a fancy set of silverware. But this one was the coolest one, by far. With that 223 shell in there as a handle. I thought that was neat. And the thing is, it's not perfectly straight up and down. If you look at this thing, it leans one way. So I think he was experimenting. It's cool, though. Yeah, I got some tattoos, big deal. I need more, but I don't have them. I don't have the money. Now, what do I spend my money on nowadays? So, yeah, I know, Friami. Let me go back up and see what you. Lisa, are you? Oh, Walter's here. Walter's here. How are you, Walter? Well, I mean, fussing about not having a bell. It must have been a while ago. It couldn't have been lately. May even have as many as you. Yeah. The big one. Which one was the big one? This big copper one? Or that one doesn't really sound that. This one. That has a more metallic sound to it. You know, a more clunky sound. I don't know. I like the sound on that one. And that was probably one of my first ones right there. That California Redwood. I like that one. I do like that one. That one's got a more metallic clanging sound to it. I like that one. It's a finer metallic clanking sound. And that's why I say all of these bells, they all make a different sound. I mean, they're about as individual as your fingerprints. Don't believe that? Try this little bugger right here. That's a big sound for a little bell. But then go to the one next to it. That's a little sound for a little bell. How about this one? That's a big sound for a little bell. That makes more sound than some of these do right here. So yeah, they're all different, man. They're all different. And I've given 5, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've given 9 bells away. And I was real happy to see on Ida's auction, on the St. Jude's auction, that Joe's bell and his snuff box brought good money, made good money for the auction. I was happy to see that because I was going to bid them up. If nobody bought them, I was going to buy them, but I was going to bid them up anyway. Oh, yeah, I need a coffee. I need a coffee bad. All right, let's go up here. Let's show my ugly face. What the hell is this? Go down there. And the bags, I appreciate the bags, and I understand he's got to keep from getting scratched up and stuff. But I got so many of these things now, I don't know what to do with them all. All right, put these bells back here because I'm going to put my foot up. Oh, yeah. And the only reason I came up, I was going to come up yesterday, but I knew Durban was going to have the auction. I thought maybe it'd be at 2, but it wasn't. It was late. And then I waited around till 5. I went out and put wood in the fire, come back. And it wasn't at 5 because I didn't get a notification in my email. Well, going to be at 7 or he's not going to have it, one or the other. So I went outside, did something else, come back in, and I made supper. And then I sat here until like 6, and I still hadn't got a notification. Usually he will send an email with the spreadsheet in before an hour before the auction, and it didn't come. And then right about 6:22, then I got the notification. Okay, he's going to have the auction. So we sat and did the auction, and then I went over to Steve Looking for Silver for a little bit, and then where'd I go? It was Spray Can before that, and then Durban, and then Steve Looking for Silver, and then I went someplace else. I didn't make Humble last night. I don't even know if Humble was up last night. I went to bed early last night. Like 12 o'clock, I went to bed. That was it. I couldn't take it anymore. Oh, I went to Black Blackas last night after that. And I couldn't. I'll stay till the end of Black Blackas. I couldn't even make it to the end last night. He was doing what? Quarters last night. Roll hunting quarters. And I don't go for roll hunting. I just go for conversation. But it did remind me that I needed to send Fervent Coins a couple lists of coins I need. So I got through the dollars and the 50 cents last night. I got to get through the quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies yet. And then, like I say, because I'm the proxy for, or one of the proxies. I don't know if I'm the only proxy for Fervent. I watched him at the Durban auction yesterday, and he bought several things. So now, when I get that stuff in this next week, that goes in a package. I'm going to have to ship that off to Fervent because I think I got enough. Try and keep it below $300 because that's the cutoff. And but I asked at the post office and see, we don't have to down here put a inventory sheet on the outside of the package like you would if it was coming from a business. They'll put the receipt in there. And we don't have to do that sending to Canada. But if you're in Canada and sending here, you have to do that if it's over $300 or some stupid shit like that. And so I asked how much it would cost me to send a package under $300, like a box, just a little 6 by 2 inch by 5 inch or whatever. And she said it only cost you like what it cost you for that last one, like $40 or whatever. Okay, well, that's not too bad, I guess. But now I think we're going to have to value that a little bit over 300 because I have to look in that. I don't know. I don't know what he's got in there. I know he's got. We got this much so far for Furwood. I know what this one is. I know what that one is. And I think this is a roll of dollars. Dollars might be. A roll of dollars. Well, it's heavy, so it feels like a roll of dollars or 50-cent pieces. And then this next auction, he's going to have like 3 or 4 items that got to go in here. And then it's all going to have to get packaged up and sent, I think, this time. But yeah, the regulations for mailing to Canada, hold up, I got to get down to the bottom of my chat here. For sending to Canada is a lot simpler from here to Canada than it is from Canada to here for some stupid ass reason. But we'll see, because tomorrow I'm supposed to get a box from if I have to have, if he had a, I think he had to break I had a mailbag up there, and or a wallet, whatever you want to call it. And I think he had to break it into 2 separate pieces because the one was too big. And so I have a box coming. I have a wallet that's still up there with the other half of my stuff in. And I've added to that. So might, you found a bunch of foreign coins and a 40% bicentennial quarter. Cool. Well, you were coin roll hunting? I think Joe should make COAs too. But that's just another thing he's got to do. Another thing he's got to buy. Yeah, Rhonda, that's exactly what I do. When I was racing, and I was sending stuff to people every other, well, it would have been every week, damn near. Oh, reject tray. Okay, I see what you got. I know Furwood does a lot of coin roll hunting. Block does a lot of coin roll hunting. Who else? There are other people that do a lot of coin roll hunting, and really, really pretty quarters last night. Just regular caribou quarters, but really pretty. Almost look uncirculated. But they were in rolls, so they had to have been circulated. So I don't know. They were some really nice looking coins. Those were some you would want to put in a book. Man, I started looking at dollars last night. You know what? Because they have all the commemorative dollars during the years when they have the other dollars, you know. So a guy would want to make just a set of commemoratives, just a set of Voyager, just a set of the newer dollars. You know, you'd want to separate the silver from the clad and blah, blah, blah. But I tried to do the whole thing from the time the dollar was created up and through the Voyagers, up and through all today's coins. You know, try to do just books and books of all of the same thing. But should I break it down into books? Should I break it down into separate entities? Like before the Voyagers, Voyagers, after the Voyagers, commemoratives, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. The 26 dimes, yep. I don't know if you're going to find them. You'll find them. I don't know if you'll find them yet. Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one there. That's the one thing I hate is having to put my hair behind my ears. Because when I go to put my hearing aids in, if you don't, then you get the hair in there and you got to pull the hair out and then your hearing aids come. That's why I hate long hair. I've had long hair when I was in high school. It wasn't as long as this, but it was down to my neck. I had, went in the Army. I was out of the Army logging, doing construction work, back in the Army Reserve, and then back in the Army, and then back out in the Army Reserve. I think I retired from the Army Reserve in 1995. And I had long hair for a couple years there. I grew it down to about the middle of my back. And I was a mechanic working on heavy machinery, cats, bulldozers, and big scrapers, and little cranes, and big cranes, and Humvees, and all that shit, trucks. And you would have to lay on creepers all the time. And I get that ponytail under my back when I laid on a creeper. I have to sit up and pull a fucking ponytail out. Well, finally I cut it off. And it was a nice long ponytail. And it was braided and then tied up at the end. And then when my wife cut it off, she cut it off real close to my skull back there and put a band around it. And so I dipped it in glue. And it's glued where we had cut it off my skull, glued that all together where it was banded. And all that hair, I donated to Wigs for Kids. And I donated my hair. That's why this is getting this long, because that's going to Wigs for Kids. And that's an organization that makes wigs for cancer kids whose hair has come out because of radiation treatment, and they make wigs for those kids. Now, it's different than the other organization that also does that. But that other organization, if they're not making, they will sell their excess hair for a profit to other companies, to other wig makers. And so I don't donate to them. I donate to Wigs for Kids because Wigs for Kids program uses all the hair. They don't sell it. They use all the hair. So that's one of my places where my donations go. Wigs for Kids. I do the Special Forces Foundation, the WWP, St. Jude's, and occasionally I'll do the Valhalla Foundation. Occasionally. It's every birthday is the Special Forces Foundation. So last year we raised $400 on my birthday for the Special Forces Foundation. And I'll spend and give anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a year to St. Jude's, WWP. Hair all goes to Wigs for Kids. And I think I made maybe one or two cash donations to the Valhalla Foundation. But that's it, I don't go overboard on giving a lot of things, but I give to things that mean something to me. Let's put it that way. Things that mean something to me. Oh, you seen them on eBay already? Really? Well, I would suppose eBay would be the place where you would find them if they were available. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of stuff to do today. It's melting. It's muddy. It's you can't go out and do anything with any machinery without tearing stuff up. So I don't really have too much to do. What I should do is start putting steel fence posts in the ground and taking, I have to measure them, but I'm taking a bunch of old tires that I got like off my truck and cars and stuff. I stack them up, I keep them, I sell them, if they're decent used or whatever. But I got some that are completely worn out as far as tread goes. Well, you put them in the ground, put a steel fence post between them, fill them up with sand, and you stack them up and keep filling them up with sand, and you put them all together like that, 3 in a row, and then 2 behind, or 5, or 2, 4 behind, and you make backstops for shooting. And so I want to make a backstop for my pistol range. That's one thing I want to do, and I guess I could do that, but I got to carry everything from one place to another, and then I have to hook up the dump trailer. So I have to back in, and I get muddy. Otherwise, I could take the dump trailer over to the quarry and get some sand and start filling those tires up with sand. And all that's got to be done by hand. I mean, yes, I can dump the sand off a trailer, but I still got to shovel it in the tires. And when they get 5 foot, 6 foot tall, you're throwing sand up like that to fill them. So it'll take a little while. I'll get it done. It'll take a month to get it done, but I'll get it done. It's not a big deal. And I think I have to got to try and upload video. I don't know if I can yet because my computer RAM was full and I had to delete some stuff before I could upload some stuff. It wouldn't even let me upload a video to YouTube because I didn't have any memory. So I had to delete some stuff. So now I have to hook it up and see if I can do that, because I have that panning video I did, the bag of pay dirt that I bought from MLZB that he bought from John Wolf. I told him that I would pan that out and do a video of it. I did the video. It's on my phone, but I just couldn't upload it to YouTube because my computer wouldn't let me. So now I got a whole bunch of stuff deleted, and I think I got it on my hard drive, but that's hard to say. I have to go through my hard drive and see what I got on there. That's where most of the pictures that are on, that I use for thumbnails, come off of my hard drive. So the thumbnail for this video, for this live, is if you look at that pile of logs, there's some logs laying in the front of the pile that were just maple and ash that were laying there that I got this last year. I got that all cut up, split, and that was in the shed. And then that pile of split stuff that's behind the pile of logs, that's all in the shed. That's all cleaned up. That one little pile of oak logs that's laying right there, running this way, that's still out there. That has to be done this year. And then I'll have all the logs cleaned up that I had stacked the last, 6, 7, 8 years. All the logs will be cleaned up. And then I'll have to get some more logs. I'll have to go down in the woods and start cutting, because there is some dead stuff that's got to come down. So I got to take either a tractor or a truck down there, long log chains, and haul them out of the woods. Because there's no way, once you get them down, some of those tracks of timber, there's just no way to get a tractor in close to haul them logs out. So need a long chain, drag them out. It would be easier with 2 people, but there is only me. So every once in a while, climb up off the tractor, get down off the tractor, up on the tractor, down off the tractor. The chain comes unhooked, you have to get down off the tractor. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. It's hard on my legs, hard on my joints. But if you're gonna burn wood, you got to do that. It's either that or I have to buy enough firewood to stoke the stove up during the winter, and I ain't doing that. Once I'm unable to cut wood anymore, I'm going to quit burning wood. I'm going to turn the LP back on. There we go. But I like burning wood. Why do I like burning wood? It gives me something to do during the day. Got to go out, clean out ashes, and every once in a while, and you got to make sure you got enough water in the stove. You set the right temperature, blah, blah, blah. It's like tending any machine that's running all the time. You have to look at it every day. You have to clean out the flue. You got to run the brush up and down through there. You got to make sure stuff is working right. Working right. So it's fun. I have a shed full of wood. I don't know, maybe take a video of the wood pile that I got in there, but most of the cottonwood that I had cut, they were redoing a park up at Statesville, Iowa, the DNR was, and they were putting more parking spaces in. They were putting electricity and water and all that stuff in for more campers, that park alongside the river. And they were taking down some big cottonwoods, 90, 100-foot tall. And the company that came in and took the trees down, they took some of the cottonwood logs. The rest of it was piled there. And I went up and picked up wood all summer long one summer on my 16-foot car trailer. Brought it home, cut it, stacked it. And then as I needed, as I had time, then I would go out and split it and haul it to the shed. But it was free wood. So, yeah. Anyway, I got that this last spring. I got that cut up, split, all of that into the shed. And it's been laid out there for 6 years now, 5 years in the pasture. And I got that cleaned up in that pasture to the north, where the wood pile is now to the south. That one's just about cleaned up. I just got that oak yet. But there was a lot of cottonwood laying there too. That all got cut up, split, and into the shed this last spring. And I've been burning that all winter long. That cottonwood, I burned it all winter long. And I have a whole bunch more in there, probably another winter's worth. So that's 2 winters worth of burning, just for that summer's worth of work. Well, I thought that was pretty good. 100 a roll. Oh my God. Are you kidding? 26 dying? Too much light from the window? Well, whatever. Hold up. Get my fat ass open. There. How's that? I ain't quit whining. Now you can quit whining. How's that? That better? And then if it's too dark, I can always lighten it up, I guess. I think it's this one, ain't it? Nope, ain't that one. Is it this one? Nope, ain't that one. It's this one. It's too dark. I can always lighten it up like that too. So if that's the way you want to do that, I don't know. Anyway, what are we at? We're at an hour and a half. We'll go 5 more minutes and then we'll quit. I gotta look at stuff, and I have to hook up. Where is it at? Come back here, you. I have to hook up my microscope, and I'm going to have to look at. Let's unhook that, and we'll hook this up. Maybe we can do this together. Uh-oh, what do we got there? There we are. Okay, we're back. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I think that's because I just plugged in my, I just plugged in this, see? Dated February 2026. Ooh, cool. So you pick them up from the bank. I don't know if you go through them or what, make sure they're all 26s, but do you sell a roll? Do you sell them? Oh, okay. You're looking for silver dimes. Okay. So you're looking to make sure they're all 2026s. If you find a whole roll worth of 2026, you stick them all back in a roll and then sell them on eBay as a roll. And then old dimes take back to the bank. Silver dimes keep, of course. I see what you're doing, but I'm not sure I would have the, I'm not really sure I would have the, God dog it. I got to get one of those, microscope stands like some of the other guys got, like Block, that you can wind the thing up and wind the thing down for distance on the coin. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. Why? What's the deal with dimes? I mean, I can see pennies because pennies aren't made anymore. We're not going to use them anymore. I can see that, but why dimes? What's so special about dimes? Why not nickels? Why not quarters? Why dimes? Why dimes? I'm confused. I am confused. I am not a coin roll hunter, so I don't know what the things are there. I probably should go up to. Why is it a different design now in 2026? Maybe I don't know. Did they change the design on the dime? So it's not who's on the dime? Eisenhower, Roosevelt. Oh, okay. So did they change every coin then? Did they change every coin? Dimes, quarters. I don't know. Do we have 50-cent pieces anymore? Dimes, quarters, nickels, and we won't have a penny this year. So dimes, nickels, quarters, right? I don't even know if we got a 50-cent piece anymore. I'd have to look in my change bowl just to see what's in there. Hold up a minute. Let me take a look. Hold up a second. Does anybody shoot a 28 gauge anymore? I'm sure there are some die-hard quail hunters that shoot a 28 gauge, but my daughter, youngest daughter, gave me a box of junk to go through that she didn't want. And there was this shell in there. I said, dear, you really have to be careful about loaded ammunition in your boxes of junk. And so she said, well, somebody gave me a box of junk. I went through it, took what I wanted. This is a 28 gauge. And in another box, I found this one. This is a 10 gauge. I don't shoot either. There's a 10 gauge next to a 28 gauge right there. Now, this is just a little bit, well, a 410 is a 41 gauge, or a 410 gauge is a 41 caliber. 28 gauge, I don't know if that's a 28 or not. I do know that a 410 is actually a 410 gauge is actually a 41 caliber. I do know that, but I don't know about this gauge right here, 28 gauge. A 12 gauge is like a half inch, so that's like a 50. And I don't know what a 10 gauge is like, but that's what I had in my change bowl here. And I got a bowl. I got so much change in, and when it gets full, then I take it to the bank generally. But now I do it. I have 25 pennies in there, I can tell you that. There are no 50-cent pieces. A lot of these weird quarters. I got older quarters in there. And maybe I should keep those older quarters. I don't know. Ah, you fucker. That's what I'm looking at right there. Quarters. You know what that is? See if I can get it so you can see it. It says Wilbur Pittman. What's it say over there? Rural Route 1, Little Cedar, Iowa. That's my stepdad's trap tag from way back in the day. I decided I better keep one. I got my own trap tags, but that I don't use anymore. Okay, dimes. Roosevelt dimes. Dimes. You're looking for 26s, huh? So it's got to be a different design than this. I'm going to pick out dimes here. Here's quarter, dimes. Nickel, dime. Okay. Dimes. That's what I got for dimes. There, that's what I got for dimes. Now, all 80s, there's a 2000, 90s, oh, it was a 2019, 2015, 2020, 2018, 2002, 2017, 2017, 1990, 1984, 1996. I don't know. There ain't nothing special there. I don't see. All right, then we go quarters. More quarters than anything. This is just my change bowl. Nothing special. Here's quarters. All right, take a look. State quarters, state quarters, state. Well, it's a Maria Tall Chief. Old quarter, state quarter, state quarter, state quarter, state quarter. Those are all state quarters. State quarter, old quarter, state quarter, old quarter, old quarter. State quarter, state, 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 old, state. Okay, these are all state quarters. These are all new. Those are all new quarters. Here is a Maria Tall Chief. That's a what? 2023. Okay. Now the old quarters. What do we got here? 87, 93, 65, 85, 84, 93, 92. The oldest one in here is a 65. Nothing special. All right, let's look at what nickels we got in here. We ain't got a whole freaking lot. Oh, that's a penny. There. That's the nickels we got. Take a look at them. You know, going through this change sometimes, my daughter has found war nickels. So, nothing serious there. Pennies. Here's what he got for pennies. Anybody want anything? Cap Lady Liberty in front and eagle on the reverse. Oh, that sounds like a neat design, actually. There's a, might want to keep that. It's an older one. I mean, the new ones. Shields. It depends on what year they are. What is this? That is just a piece of shit. And none of those are worth a crap. Okay. See what we got here. You got shields here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shields. See what years they are. 13, 17, 20, 24, 17, and 12. So the only one in there that might be worth anything is this 2024. And it actually ain't in bad shape. So I would just keep that one separate. We'll just keep that one separate. All right. That's in my change bowl. That's just in my change bowl. I'm going to have to take these goddamn shells someplace. I don't know who's going to want them, but somebody's going to want them. I can put them away. There's so much junk in this bowl. One of you guys is going to win this I got a little tool here. Just let me bring these up here while I'm at it. All right. As long as I'm doing this, let's put these out here too. And these aren't all, see, these two stash boxes are copper here. So, and that's just copper rounds. They're just copper rounds. Neat little stash boxes. And I put notes in each little one of them. See a little note in there? I got one that's clad. And the rest of these are silver. Here's a Philharmonic stash box. That's an Ike stash box. Another Ike stash box. So I got two of those. And then I thought I had one stash box that was clad, but maybe not. That one is, what is that one? That's Mexican. Pesos. Un pesos. That's like 10%. That might be the one I was thinking of. I don't know. That's what I got for stash boxes. That goes over here with the bells. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stash boxes. 2 of them are copper. Goes with my 2 copper bells. One of you guys is going to win this one of these days. A multi-tool. You got the instruction manual in there with you. So that stays up here because that's some of that other stuff I sent to WWP that I was going to give away up here. The only thing I got left is Grammys. So if somebody's going to get that tool one of these days, it just depends. I have really weird moods sometimes, and it depends. Sometimes if you're the first one in my chat when I do a live stream, you win something. Sometimes I will have you guess a number, depending on how many people are in chat, and I don't even, now it won't even tell me how many people are here. Now, oh yeah, I got 6 thumbs up, 5 people are here. And so sometimes I'll just give stuff away randomly. So I don't know. Should I give something away randomly? Let's see what we got here. Let me see what I got. Sometimes it's just, I don't do duck races or anything like that, but I got, what do I got here? What is this one? I know what that one is. All right. I know what that is. And those are all Grammys too. A lot of these little Grammys people have given me, and so I'm just going to give them away too. We'll put that up there. I think, how many people we got here? 5 people? I'm going to write a number on a piece of paper here. Let me find a piece of paper. Come here. I need my little sticky notes. Condensed cheddar cheese. Oh, that's Jenna's mac and cheese recipe. I got to keep that. All right, I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to write a number. I'm going to write a number, I think. A number would be easier for 5 people. I'm going to do 1 to 10. Let's see. What is my number going to be? What will my number be this time around, I think? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, I think maybe we'll do that one. All right, I'm just gonna fold that up. Just like that. And I'm gonna fold it in half just like that. And then I'm gonna, let's see, stick it. I'm gonna stick it right here. Okay, all you guys that are still in chat, I want you to guess a number between 1 and 10. 1 to 10. We have this little Grammy here. But look what's on the back side of it. You're going to get a little smiley face Grammy. So go ahead. Guess a number between 1 and 10. I know you guys are listening. Lisa's still here. AZ is here. Walter's here. Seth is here. I get a bug up my ass sometimes, and that's what I'll do. And that's what I'll do. Sometimes the first person that comes into my chat wins something. Who was the last one that won something? I just sent something out to Sheet. I dig Sheet. I thought. Well, somebody else. I have to go back to my mail. Let me go to my mail here and see. I got to log in. Ain't that something? Sent. Who was it anyway? Daryl. No, he didn't win it. It was just something he wanted. He bought it. Okay. Well, I can't remember now. It's not. I'm not gonna go through all my trash and look. Somebody sent me. I had to have somebody send me a. Oh, look at! Ida sent me a package already. Wow, that was quick. That'll get here Monday. Amazing. That's amazing. Just seeing my handsome face is reward enough, huh? I don't think so. Well, Walter, just send me your address because you're the only one that wanted to answer me, but you guessed it off the bat anyway. So you get a smiley face Grammy. And I think that's probably about done there. I think we're done. I don't think anybody else is watching, so it does say we have 6, but what the hell? Let me just switch to live. Did it make any difference? No, didn't make any difference whatsoever. So whatever, doesn't make any difference. Walter, do I have your address? Let me see. Anybody who I've ever sent anything to, I got your address in here. Let's see. I don't think I got you in here, Walter. Yeah, but It'd be toward the backside, I would think. I got Lisa, that's for sure. Gregory, Vegeta, Brad, Rhonda. I got Rhonda. Don't look like it, Walter. I don't see you, buddy. So you got to send me an email. Hold up a second. I'll put my email in the. Because a lot of people don't know to look at my. A lot of people don't know enough to look at my my homepage and go up to more, and it tells you more about the channel, and it will have my email address there. Most people don't know enough to do that. So I got to put it in the chat. No, it don't look like it, buddy. I don't think I got you. I got a lot of people in here I haven't seen in a long time. Either that or they changed names. I kind of wonder when Kiwi, the bourbon, is going to send me my package from New Zealand. I should have a lot of gold in that package. You got blocked during the St. Jude auction? Who blocked you? Really? That's weird. That would lead one to assume that you were blocked, but who would have blocked you? That's amazing. Yeah, see, I could do like Block does and I got 2 cameras hooked up right now, but I don't know how to share a screen between cameras. I don't know how to do that. So I suppose when I figure out how to do that, then I can actually show you guys maybe the doubling on that one coin that's supposed to be there. I don't know, man. I don't know how to do that. I'm just seriously, I don't know how to do that. And still couldn't chat. I know I couldn't chat one time on a stream. It kicked me completely the fuck out. I could see the stream and I could see the chat and I could hear the people, but I couldn't type in the chat. And I had to shut everything down. I mean, I shut everything down. Computer, everything. Backed out of all programs. Everything down and it started everything back up. You know, it took like 10 minutes and then I could chat again. But that was weird. I don't know, man. And you restarted both of them and you still couldn't. That is odd. Well, I'm working with another company now. And see, I have, if any of you guys know what the thrift savings plan is for government employees or for now the military has a thrift savings plan. You put money in, the government will match you dollar for dollar for the first 3, and then 50 cents on the dollar for the next 2. So if you invest 5, they invest 4. So you're getting 4 back on 5. Okay. And at one time they had a limit, 10%, 15%, and then it was unlimited. You could put as much in of your net pay as you wanted to. These are all after tax dollars now. So it's kind of like a Roth IRA, but the money is invested in, and there are places, different funds that you can invest in. It can be a government treasury fund or bond fund where you will lose no money, but you're only making 2%, 3%. You're not keeping up with the cost of inflation, so you're actually losing money. You can put it into the C fund, which is a stock market fund. Put it in the F fund, which is that was a bond fund. C fund, S fund, which was, and they have more funds now. Um, One was a lower risk, higher risk, depending on your risk tolerance. They had different funds. And when I left government service, see, you could leave your money in there, and then when you're 73 or whenever you had to take minimum distributions, and you could draw out of it like an annuity. But I didn't want the government to have control of my money, so I rotated it out, and they only allow one rollout from TSP. So I rolled it out into a TD Ameritrade account, and from there I split it off to different investments. And they were to all traditional IRA investments. So physical precious metals and a life insurance annuity and something else. But all of that rolled together, and I created a trust for my IRA, just for my IRA. And that's a traditional IRA, traditional now, which means that's before tax dollars, which means I'm going to have to pay tax on it when it comes out. And then an LLC. So the trust is the custodian. The LLC is the legal framework. You know how that goes. And it was supposed to be physically held precious metals, or I could hold it here. And I did at one time, and I tested it with my Sigmund just to make sure everything was up and up. I bought the metal from a couple different places. And then the IRS changed the rules. I had to have a safety deposit box at a bank segregated for that metal, which I did. Then I changed trust companies from Gold Star Trust to Kingdom Trust, because Gold Star Trust only allowed me to keep my metals in certain depositories. And the depository was that they wanted was in Delaware. I didn't want to be in Delaware because that's Joe Biden's home state, and I don't like the uncertainty. So I moved it to Kingdom Trust. They became the custodian. I moved the metals to the Money Metals Exchange Depository in Idaho, because Kingdom Trust really, as long as it's a commercial depository, they don't care which one it is. So that's what I did. I moved it to Idaho. Much safer. It was either Texas or Idaho, so I moved it to Idaho. So that's where it's at now. But I don't know if I need the LLC framework anymore. So I'm working with another lawyer, another company, to see if I need to change my trust paperwork. And I do. I need to change my trust paperwork. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Walter. I think it was a YouTube issue too. Huh. Hi, Billy. How are you doing, buddy? There's a couple of times when YouTube will, I will be putting in all the information to do a live stream, and they'll just fucking. There was one live stream I had to put in all the information 3 times before it took, and I could actually do the live stream. So YouTube is crazy. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, I think I'm going to go to OBS because I have the OBS software downloaded, and I think that's what Block uses. So I think I'm going to go to OBS software and use that instead of YouTube. I think maybe the next time I come up live, which will be hopefully tomorrow, because that's when Block's package is supposed to be here. We will see, but I think I'm going to try OBS on that live stream, and then maybe it will allow me to do the 2-camera shoot, because I got 3 cameras here. I can only plug in 2 at one time, but unless I use maybe a port on the back, I might be able to do that and do 3 cameras. Cameras is probably enough for me right now. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. Billy, what did the doctor tell you? I am interested. Well, yeah, you did that. You saved yourself some money. I think I spent, and I was trying to be conservative this year. I think I still spent $1,600, but I was trying to be conservative because I still got the WWP, and I usually spend more money there. So I gotta hold it down, man. I gotta hold it down. All right, I'm gonna, yeah, leave that in there. We'll try something later. I know the magnifying camera works because I plugged it in. I've gone to the software and I've actually used it just for my camera and computer, but I've never done it on a stream. So I don't know. Yeah, and it's especially hard when it's a charity that you care about, you know. Well, you have a personal interest in, let's put it that way. I have a personal interest in cancer research because my dad died of cancer when he was 33 and I was 8 years old. He left, and I was the second oldest. My older brother was 9, 10, and my youngest brother was still nursing at the time. So my dad died at 33. I was born, let me see, he got out of the Army in 52 from Korea. My older brother was born in 55, 54. Only took him 2 years to get busy when he got home from Korea because he got married, moved to Des Moines to do something. I don't know what he was doing down there, but then moved to Waverly, Iowa, which is my first memories, Waverly, Iowa. Cop there. And then we moved back to Ionia, which is where he was from originally. And he went to work at Oliver tractor plant in Charles City, which would have been a 20-minute drive, 15-minute drive for those guys to go there to work. That's where most people work up here or up there at the time. Was at the big tractor plant. And then a lot of the guys down southern Iowa worked at, or south, worked at the John Deere tractor plant in Waterloo, Iowa. So, but if you look at some of the most polluted places in Iowa, guess where one of them is? In Charles City, Iowa, where the old Oliver tractor plant used to be. Which is, people wonder why there's more cancer outbreaks in Iowa and in certain counties than a lot of other counties. Well, one of the reasons is industrial waste from years and years and years ago when they had no clue. And then a lot of it's from glyphosate now. The shit they're spraying on crops. So glyphosate. Glyphosate. And that's starting to die. It's affecting my liver. Huh? They can't take your pancreas out? Your liver should heal itself. Or it can anyway. Huh. But the cancer started in your tailbone? Is that what I'm reading right? Well, it can't be in your tailbone. It has to be by your tailbone because I don't know. How does that work? The cancers are spreading into organs instead of going up the spinal column. Or is it doing that too? Yeah, my older brother's got something wrong with his pancreas too. I'm not sure what it is. I think he's got cancer, but he doesn't say anything to anybody. He doesn't talk about it, so I'm not going to press him. But yeah, he's had been to see the doctor. I don't know if he's had any cancer treatments or not, but you don't have cancer in the pancreas. But why is the pancreas starting to die and affecting the liver? Is that because it's so close to the other? Odd. That's odd. See, like now, my mother-in-law that just passed this last year, she had uh, bone cancer, infected the bone marrow, and bone marrow produces what? White blood cells, blah blah blah. And so she would get transfusions all the time, or she would get platelets transfusions, whole blood or platelet transfusions all the time. And it was getting to be like every week, and then every other day. And finally, they just said, "There's nothing more we can do for you because the transfusions aren't helping at all." And it wasn't. Oh, I hate people like this. They call me when I'm live streaming. What? And then they don't answer. They don't say anything. They want you to say the other word, and I won't say it. What do you want? Block. Just like that. Block. It's that simple. Don't say hello. Do not say hello because they record that and they use that. Just say what? What up? What you want? Just say something like that. They can't use that. They can't record that. They can't use it. But they will stay on the line. They won't hang up. They won't say anything just to record everything in the background. There's nothing going on here in the background. So, what? What do you want? They don't answer. Hang up, block. Chronic pancreatitis. Well, slamming the phone was only beneficial to you. It made you feel better. But all they hear is a click. So, whatever. I do miss those days, though. You take, oh, damn. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Don't say yes. Just say, what do you want? Then they know they can hear you. Never say yes. Can you hear me? Yes. That's recorded, and they use that at your permission for them to do anything they want. If you say yes. Reason I keep eating at my finger. Look at my fingers, man. The skin coming off of my fingers. Here, right here. Right here on that knuckle. Right here on that finger. No, I don't moisturize. I just tear skin off. I know. Pushing a button doesn't have the same satisfaction. You are completely correct. You know, even when we had the phones on the wall, you could, bam. Not so hard that you'd break it, but bam. Damn it. And then bam. Now you can't do that. Well, you can. You throw the fucking phone across the room. I've done that a couple times. But all that did was end up costing me money. So I have a problem with rage, and I don't know what it is. I had a plate of burritos. No, it was eggs. I had scrambled some eggs, made like made egg sandwiches. 2 of them on my plate, sitting here on the. I picked up a sandwich, went to eat it, and shit started falling all over the place. Something gripped me. I don't know what it was. I slammed that fucker down into the plate. The plate everywhere, sandwich everywhere. I ended up the next hour cleaning shit up. I don't know what it is. I try to keep that under control, but something sets it off. Like I went out and rammed my head, and I showed you. I still got a scab up there. Or I rammed my head into the exhaust hood on the door of my shed, and it's squared, pointed corners right there. And I put that fucker right into my head. The cat went flying. Several things went flying because I was seeing stars and bleeding. One other time, I spilled coffee on stuff I was taking out to the truck. I like going to the post office or whatever, spilled coffee on it because I had my coffee cup, my arms are full, blah, blah, blah. And I got lid on my coffee cup, but you know, you turn it sideways, it still dribbles. Let's say, needless to say, I need a new coffee cup and there's a dent in my truck. Other times, there are other times like that. And my wife can tell you, I have always had a rage problem ever since. I think it's ever since I've been in the Army, but I think it's just has something to do with that, but I don't know. The World War II 2-coin set? Yeah. That is a nice set. I liked that set. I really did. It's like I don't like the this one. It's approved, and that's why I got it. It's that Smithsonian Institution 150th year. It's not a beautiful coin. It's a proof coin. It's not a beautiful coin. I don't think. This one right here, this Mark Twain. a 2016 Mark Twain coin with Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer on the back, floating on a raft on the Mississippi, telling stories. And there's a knight on a horse with a lance up in the sky. You know, they're telling stories, and that's what you see when you're telling stories or when you're reading a book. And it has here, I'll take it back out and show you. It's one of those coins that gives you that makes you think. It can give you chills. It can give you chills. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there, you. There's where it is in there, but take the coin out. Here it is. Got to be able to get it in focus. Focus. There you go. See, they're on the raft there, and he's dreaming them up. He's thinking about the story. He's thinking about how he's going to write the story. And then on the backside, there they are on the river, fishing and telling stories. And the story they're telling up in the sky. Tell me that's not a nice coin. Tell me that's not a nice coin. Especially if you were of the age to have read Huck Finn. Especially if you are of that age and you read that book. That's a nice coin, man. Now, to somebody who didn't read that book or didn't read that story, this coin wouldn't mean that much to them. But for somebody who read that book, yeah, it means something. I actually like that coin. And I'm not a real big United States Mint coin collector. Them. I don't collect proof mint sets or anything like that. That's my brother's thing. He collects the mint sets. I collect and his thing is proof mint sets. They got to be proof mint sets, and he's got them all the way back to 40s, 30s, somewhere in there. He's missing a couple, and the couple that he's missing are going to cost him several $100s a piece. And then I got my oldest brother, the one that has the pancreas problem. He collects Morgans, and he will spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on Morgans. Hundreds of dollars. Into the thousands of dollars for Morgans. So, to me, Morgans aren't that cool. I just don't care. The peace dollars are a lot better looking coin, in my opinion. But I don't collect them. I collect Canadian coins. That's what I collect. That's my thing, Canadian coins. And I will collect proof, commemorative U.S. Mint coins. But other than that, I don't collect. I just stack. Johnny Whitaker? Who is Johnny Whitaker? Who is Johnny Whitaker? Okay, well, I guess I'm done talking. We've been talking for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and that's probably enough for right now. I will, if I get that package from Block tomorrow, I will come back up and we'll open that one. It all depends on who's on and what's going on, and I don't like to step on anybody's toes. So, um, okay, movie actor, play Tom Sawyer. Okay, see, I got you, I got you. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I think I'm gonna call her a day. I'm gonna take a look at a couple of these coins and see what else I got to do. I don't have to go to the post office. I mailed everything yesterday, and I will get that little piece put in an envelope for you, Walter, and we'll get that there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe. Peace out, man. All right, Coin Ops is live in a few minutes. You guys go, go. See you there, maybe. See ya.